There will come a day unlike any other day that has ever existed. A day that does not resemble the days people know, measure, or waste. A day when time itself feels different, stretched beyond imagination. When moments feel like years and years collapse into seconds. This is the day of judgment, the day every soul has been promised. The day no one escapes, the day truth is fully unveiled. Right now, people live as if life is permanent. They build, chase, argue, compete, love, hate, forget, and repeat. But beneath all of that is a reality that never disappears. Every action is being recorded, every intention is known, and every second is moving closer to an unavoidable meeting. The day of judgment begins after the end of everything familiar. The skies will not remain as they are. The earth will not remain steady. The mountains, which appear strong and immovable, will crumble like dust. The oceans will overflow, merge, and lose their boundaries. The universe itself will fold as if it were something small, something fragile. The Qur'an describes that when the trumpet is blown, everything in the heavens, and the earth will fall unconscious, except whom Allah wills. Then it will be blown again, and suddenly all will rise, standing and looking. Imagine that moment, complete silence before it, and then a sound so overwhelming it shakes existence itself. No one will be able to prepare for it. No one will say, "I saw it coming." It will arrive suddenly, breaking the illusion of control people once believed they had. Then comes resurrection. The earth will release everything inside it. Every body that returned to dust, every person buried, forgotten, lost in history, or erased from memory. All will be brought back. Not recreated randomly, but restored completely. The same consciousness, the same identity, the same awareness. People will rise from their graves confused, disoriented, asking what has happened. The Qur'an captures this shock. They will say, "Woe to us! Who has raised us from our resting place?" And the response will come, "This is what the Most Merciful had promised." And the messengers spoke the truth. On that day, denial disappears. Doubt disappears. Faith is no longer something to choose or reject. It becomes undeniable reality. But belief at that moment holds no value because the test has already ended. Humanity will gather, not in small groups, not in nations separated by borders, but all together, the first and the last. From the beginning of creation until the final human who ever lived, everyone will stand on a vast plain, exposed, waiting. There will be no wealth to protect anyone, no status, no followers, no titles, no influence. Kings and beggars will stand side by side, equal in vulnerability. The illusion of superiority that existed in the world will collapse instantly. The Qur'an describes that people will be barefoot, naked, and uncircumcised, return to the state they entered life with. But the fear of the moment will be so overwhelming that no one will even notice others. Every person will be consumed by their own fate. The sun will be brought close, not in a way people can comprehend from worldly experience, but close enough that the heat becomes unbearable. Sweat will pour from people, but it will not be the same for everyone. Some will sweat up to their ankles, others to their knees, others to their waist, and some will be submerged in their sweat depending on their deeds. This is not random. This is justice. The day of judgment is not chaos. It is perfect order, perfect balance, perfect accountability. Every difficulty, every ease, every experience is connected to what a person chose in life. The waiting will feel endless. People will begin to panic. They will look for someone to intercede, someone to speak, someone to ask for the judgment to begin, because even judgment is better than the unbearable waiting. They will go to the prophets, one after another, asking for help. Each prophet will recall a moment where they fell short and will say, myself, not because they failed in their mission, but because the weight of that day is beyond anything known. Finally, intercession will be granted by the permission of Allah. Then comes the beginning of judgment. The records will be brought. Every person has a book, not a symbolic book, but a real record containing everything they did, every word spoken, every action taken, every intention formed. Nothing is missing. Nothing is forgotten, the Qur'an says, and the record will be placed. And you will see the criminals fearful of what is in it, and they will say, "Woe to us! What is this book that leaves nothing small or great except that it has enumerated it?" People often forget small actions. A glance, a word, a moment of arrogance, a quiet act of kindness no one saw. But on that day, the smallest things will appear. And then comes the moment that defines everything receiving the book. Those who receive their record in their right hand will feel relief beyond description. That moment alone will erase fears, because they know what it means. Success, safety, a future filled with peace. They will say with joy, "Here, read my record. Indeed, I was certain that I would meet my account." But those who receive their book in their left hand or from behind their back will feel a terror. Unlike anything before, they will wish they had never been given their record. They will wish they had never known what was inside. They will say, "Oh, I wish I had not been given my record, and had not known what my account was." The Qur'an says, and the record will be placed. And you will see the criminals fearful of what is in it, and they will say, "Woe to us! What is this book that leaves nothing small or great except that it has enumerated it?" People often forget small actions. A glance, a word, a moment of arrogance, a quiet act of kindness no one saw. But on that day, the smallest things will appear. And then comes the moment that defines everything, receiving the book. Those who receive their record in their right hand will feel relief beyond description. That moment alone will erase fears, because they know what it means. Success, safety, a future filled with peace. They will say with joy, "Here, read my record. Indeed, I was certain that I would meet my account." But those who receive their book in their left hand or from behind their back will feel a terror. Unlike anything before, they will wish they had never been given their record. They will wish they had never known what was inside. They will say, "Oh, I wish I had not been given my record, and had not known what my account was." This is the difference between those who lived with awareness and those who lived in heedlessness. Then comes the weighing of deeds. Text scale of deeds. Text good deeds. Text V's. Some text bad deeds. This is not a metaphor. Deeds will have weight. Good actions carry weight. Sincerity carries weight. Even something as small as removing harm from someone's path carries weight. A smile, a kind word, patience and hardship, all of it counts. And bad deeds also carry weight. Oppression, arrogance, dishonesty, harming others, nothing disappears. The scale is perfectly just. No one will be wronged, even by the smallest amount. If a person deserves reward, they will receive it. If they deserve punishment, it will not exceed what they earned. But there is something deeper than the actions themselves. Intention. A small action done sincerely can outweigh a large action done for show. And a lifetime of good can be emptied if it was built on pride or hypocrisy. After the weighing, people will move toward the bridge. The bridge, known as Asirat, stretches over hell. It is thinner than a hair and sharper than a sword. Everyone must cross it. Some will pass like lightning, others like wind. Others will run, walk, crawl, and some will fall. The speed at which a person crosses depends on their deeds, their faith, their sincerity, their truthfulness in life. Below the bridge is hell, pulling, waiting. Hell is not symbolic. It is real, intense, alive. The Qur'an describes it as blazing, roaring, almost bursting with rage. It is not unjust. It is the result of choices made freely. And yet, even in that moment, mercy exists. Those who had even a small amount of true faith will eventually be removed from hell. But the question is not just about eternity. It is about the experience, the suffering, the regret, the realization. Because regret on that day is different. In this life, regret can lead to change. On that day, regret leads nowhere. Then there is paradise. Paradise is not simply a reward. It is a completely different reality. No pain, no fear, no sadness, no exhaustion, no jealousy, no death. The Quran describes gardens beneath which rivers flow, where people will have whatever they desire, and more. But the greatest reward is not the physical pleasures. It is peace, complete eternal peace, and the ultimate reward, closeness to Allah. People in paradise will not think about the struggles of the world the way people remember pain now. It will feel distant, almost unreal, as if it belonged to another existence. And those who make it there will understand something clearly. Every sacrifice was worth it. Every moment of patience. Every time they resisted temptation. Every time they chose what was right over what was easy. Because on the day of judgment, everything becomes clear. The temporary nature of life becomes obvious. The distractions that once felt important lose all meaning. The opinions of people, the chase for status, the fear of missing out, all of it fades into nothing. What remains is truth. The day of judgment is not just about fear. It is about justice. It is about balance. It is about giving every soul exactly what it deserves, without error. And it is also about mercy, because no one enters paradise purely by their deeds alone. It is ultimately the mercy of Allah that allows a person to succeed. That is why awareness of that day changes everything. A person who truly understands the day of judgment does not live carelessly. They become intentional. They become aware of their actions, their words, their thoughts. They understand that life is not random. It is a test. The Qur'an reminds that this world is only a temporary enjoyment, and the hereafter is better and more lasting. But most people live as if the temporary is permanent. They delay change. They postpone growth. They assume they will have more time. The day of judgment destroys that illusion, because it will arrive without warning. And when it arrives, there are no second chances. No going back. No rewriting actions. No fixing mistakes. Only the reality of what was done. So the real question is not just what will happen on that day. The real question is, what is being prepared for it now? Because every day that passes is a step closer. Every action is being recorded. Every moment matters. And one day, every single person will stand alone in front of their Creator with nothing but their deeds. And on that day, nothing else will matter. Another reality of that day is that even the body itself will testify. The tongue that once spoke freely will be sealed, and the limbs will speak instead. Hands will testify about what they touched and took. Feet will testify about where they walked. Eyes will testify about what they chose to look at. A person may try to deny, argue, or justify, but their own body will present the truth without distortion. And in that moment, a person will realize that nothing they ever did truly disappeared. Relationships will also change completely. The people who once meant everything in the world, family, friends, loved ones will not be able to carry anyone else's burden. A father will not be able to help his son, and a child will not be able to protect their parent. The Quran describes that a person will flee from their closest relationships, not out of hatred, but out of overwhelming fear. Every individual will be focused only on one thing, their own outcome. There will be faces on that day that are bright, peaceful, and full of light. These are the people who lived with awareness, who remembered, who struggled, who stayed sincere even when it was difficult. Their expressions will reflect their inner state certainty, relief and hope fulfilled. And there will be other faces, darkened, burdened, and filled with regret. Not because they were treated unfairly, but because they see clearly what they chose to ignore. Excuses will be presented, but they will carry no weight. People will say they were distracted, influenced, misled, or unaware. Some will blame society, others will blame their environment, and some will even blame those who led them astray. But the truth will remain. Guidance was available. Signs were clear, and every person had moments where they knew the difference between right and wrong. On that day, honesty will replace all denial. There is also a powerful reality about hidden deeds. In this world, people are often seen for what they show, not for what they truly are. Someone may appear righteous but hide corruption, while another may seem ordinary but carry deep sincerity. On the day of judgment, what is hidden becomes visible. Intentions are exposed, secrets are revealed, and the true value of every action is known. Nothing remains covered. Time itself will be questioned. A person will be asked how they spent their life, their youth, their energy, their knowledge, and their wealth. Not just what they did, but how and why they did it. The hours that were once wasted without thought will suddenly feel significant. The opportunities that were ignored will feel heavy, because every moment in life was an opportunity, and every opportunity had a purpose. There will be a deep sense of clarity that humanity has never experienced before. In this life, people often live in confusion, influenced by emotions, desires, and distractions. But on that day, everything becomes clear. People will see the consequences of their actions as directly as they once saw the world around them. Truth will no longer require belief that will be fully visible. May Allah guide us through the right path. Ameen. Please don't forget to subscribe.